So, hello, everybody. I'm here today with Bill Smith of WEStar Illumination. Bill is a AOLP certified landscape lighting designer and has been doing this for 20 years, as I recall. Is that correct, Bill?
It's about right. Yes,
So, welcome to this week's Business Spotlight. And I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. So, you're ready for a bunch of questions?
I am. It's my pleasure. Look
Awesome.
forward to it.
Awesome. So let's talk first about what's been working best in your business recently.
Well, recently I have kind of gone back to basics
Hmm.
and have been addressing just providing better service for my existing client base. So I've reached
Good.
out to a number of clients that I don't have for annual maintenance contracts, and just touch base with them to let them know the importance of maintenance. And so just trying to serve them better.
Oh, that's a good
Mhm.
point. That maintenance is a big issue on almost any major investment, and so that makes an awful lot of sense. That's fantastic. So,
Mhm.
what would you say has been your biggest learning since you've been a business owner?
That it doesn't matter how good you are.
Hmm.
You can be the best in the industry and know your
Hmm.
stuff,
Hmm.
but you have to sell.
Hmm.
Marketing is key.
Hmm.
Marketing is key.
Hmm.
And for me, that's always been my, I guess the aspect of my business that I haven't been strongest in,
Hmm.
because I've been very focused on being a designer, being the best designer. Again, be, I think that that also comes from a little insecurity coming from a different industry, because
Hmm.
by training I am a financial guy.
Hmm.
I had my CPA, I have an MBA, and
Hmm.
now I'm doing lighting, and
Hmm.
so um, was kind of starting from scratch with
Mhm,
that. So
mhm,
whatever certification I could get, with the Association of Outdoor Lighting Professionals, their certifications. Also attended the International Landscape Lighting Institute and has have become a mentor in that program also.
mhm,
So that's and that's designing is what I really like to do,
mhm.
but have neglected the marketing aspect of it to some respect.
Do you mind expanding on that a little bit? Because I think that's a very common um, scenario in my experience.
As far as expanding on what I
What you've learned about needing to market and
oh
sell.
it's my approach coming in was that once I became the best, that
Mhm,
people would just, I mean, this is probably ego, that people just automatically see that I was
mhm,
the best and I'm known, and
mhm.
I'm hanging in the right circles, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You have to be strategic about how you differentiate your company,
Mhm,
and specifically how you obtain those clients that
mhm.
you think you best can serve.
Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent. I love that. What does the future look like? And if you want to expand into what do you see as the main challenges moving forward?
Well, the main challenge and the main benefit of being in business now is AI
Mhm,
for me. Um, I mentioned that I reached out to clients who hadn't participated in my maintenance programs.
mhm.
Well, I did that using AI. It was the
Good,
first time that I really put together
good.
a
Yeah.
program with AI, and it was so quick and easy. And I started thinking, well, it's this eventually is going to get into every aspect of business. I mean, it can, once it like it's apparent, it apparently is looking at other designs out there. So it's going to at some point be able to come up with a good landscape design.
Sure.
So
Mhm,
and anybody will be able to do it.
mhm,
So it's you have to. figure out how to use that to your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody, if it's either you're using AI or you're going to get left behind by people who are.
Yeah. That's good. And I think I like the way you're looking at that, is that you're looking at it as a tool.
Yes.
It's a threat, but it's an opportunity.
Right. Like the results I got from my search
Mm-hmm.
gave me some great ideas, but I
Good,
couldn't just
good,
take what
good.
it gave me. I had to combine a couple of different, searches that I did,
Mm-hmm.
and just to manipulate it to really fit my core message and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing.
Oh,
So it
fantastic.
is definitely a tool,
Yep.
and not, you just can't take, and also it'll give you just erroneous results too.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes up stuff from what I
Yeah.
understand. So you have to be, you still have to know what you're doing.
You got to separate it. Good point. Good point. I love it. What advice, thinking about the business again, what advice would you give to anyone who is today thinking about going into business? That doesn't necessarily mean your kind of business, but business in general.
Focus on your place in the market.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you, it's very, one of the most interesting books that I've read recently is the 20, I think it was the 22 rules of marketing, and they talk
Ah,
about
good.
how to distinguish yourself
Yeah.
and how to place yourself in the market. Like, you don't want, if you're not first, you
Yeah.
know, you try to be first, but if not first, you have to distinguish yourself in a particular kind of way
Yeah.
that you're not like just going after what your competitors are going after.
Yeah. Right. Right. Good.
Yeah. You have to
So,
offer something different. So make sure that you have some kind of unique proposition.
so being first to some group of people.
Right, right,
And,
exactly.
and the key is what group of people?
Right. And it has to fit you, um, and what your goals are. Some people are just in business to be in business,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's not rocket science. It's
Mm-hmm.
all numbers. Business is all numbers, and it's about identifying the numbers that are most important to you and taking advantage of those
Good.
numbers.
Good. Good.
So, someone who's just good at business can be, if you if you learn the basics, know the basics, you can be successful. But
Fantastic.
you if business just itself isn't your passion, you have to find out what you're interested in doing,
Mm.
what motivates you as an individual, because the last thing you want to do is get halfway down the road and and lose interest. Although there's no such thing as a bad experience. It's what you learn from the experience.
Ooh, I like that. I
So
like that.
it's, that's why when I talk to like kids in school, particularly in college, I try to emphasize not to be so stressed about where they start out,
Mm-hmm.
because those are just learning experiences, because you're still developing as an individual. So you're not sure. Like I started out in accounting, and now I do lighting, you know.
Still do accounting?
I still do accounting, and it has served me. It has served me. So.
Very good. Yeah, that's actually a really important skill. People underrate accounting. Accounting is a big piece of knowing if you're doing the right thing or if you're not doing the right thing.
Right, right. And
Awesome.
I always tell people about the accounting, because I've always wanted to be creative. Um, but if you're creative in accounting, they put you in jail.
Well, that depends on which kind of creative.
No, they put you in jail if you're really creative.
Yes. Fantastic. If you started your business again, this goes back to what have you learned? If you started your business again, what would you do differently?
Oh, I do everything differently. Um, I'd I would put more emphasis and money on the marketing up front. I
Mm.
have my strategic marketing plan in place from day
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good.
That
That's
would
a fantastic piece of advice.
that and the second part that I haven't really gotten into a lot is the personnel part
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it. You
Mm-hmm.
have to find good people, good
Mm-hmm.
reliable people. And my experience so far is that you don't really train good people, you find good people
Uh-huh.
and then
Okay.
train.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to change direction a little bit.
Mhm.
What's most inspiring to you today?
Well, me personally is looking at some of my peers across the industry and seeing how successful that they've been.
Mm-hmm.
People who started where I am, who are just blowing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at them and I think, well, we started the same place. I know they're not any smarter than I am. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just the things that I'm doing. So I know that I have to, with their help too,
Mm-hmm.
um, find out what I'm not doing correctly to
Good.
get me where I want to go.
Good. 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 That's fantastic. All right. So last question. Are there any offers you would like to make sure your listeners hear and can take advantage of? And then what's the best way for people to get in contact with you?
Best way to get in contact with me is through my website.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which
we
is?
have which is WEStarLLC.com. That's WEStarLLC. People like to put another S and T in there, but
Yeah.
it's WEStarLLC.com. Um, we offer landscape lighting, design, installation, and service, but we also do holiday lighting, and it's coming up on holiday lighting season.
That it is.
So,
Very good.
and what people don't realize is that my clients usually confirm by the end of September for holiday lighting.
Ah,
So
very good point.
the
Yeah. So
time
there's
is now.
yes. So there is a queue.
Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, Bill, that wraps up the interview for today. Perfect job. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.